90 minutes into the trading session, and Apple has become the first company in U.S. history to hit $2 trillion, a $2 trillion market cap. 467.77 was the magic number. It's now trading at roughly 468.27. So Apple, a $2 trillion company.
Look, $2 trillion is the first time a U.S. company has hit this mark. Basically, this is kind of a redemption for Apple to a degree. So many people were counting it out as this growth in the smartphone market started to really slow down. We saw that globally with the likes of Samsung and Apple, obviously. But Apple seemed to pivot at a certain point, basically putting a lot of its eggs into services as well as wearables, kind of spreading out its business rather than sitting just on the iPhone. And that's clearly paid off. They do, of course, have that billion-plus user base. That is a huge part of its growth story because as it began to pivot to services and wearables, it was able to dive into those users and kind of get them to sign up for different things such as Apple Music, using the App Store, Apple Care, things like that under services. And then, of course, the AirPods, which are now essentially iconic at this point, they really blew up. Apple's now the largest wearables maker in the world thanks to those and the Apple Watch. So clearly the company managed to grow with the iPhone, and they will still get more iPhone customers out there, but it really is about spreading out and kind of a more holistic approach, focusing on the iPhone itself, and that's what's helped drive it to $2 trillion.
Hey, Dan, it's Julia. I remember being on set. It was like fall of 2018 when it was kind of the countdown to the $1 trillion market cap. Now we're at $2 trillion. What a remarkable time frame to hit such a milestone. You just referenced a number of the areas where you're seeing growth. How remarkable was it, though, that we were able to see that kind of growth given a pandemic, an ensuing recession? How do you kind of think about that and just the resiliency of Apple going forward?
Yeah, I mean, look, this came 2 years after they hit 1 trillion, less than a year after they hit 1.5 trillion, which they did, as you alluded to, in the midst of a pandemic. I think really what has helped Apple here is the knowledge that after the pandemic is over, whenever that happens here in the US, they'll still have customers who want to, purchase new phones. And in the meantime, they're able to lean into those services despite the fact that they may not be able to go to stores. Look, I can jump online right now and get a pair of AirPods sent to me in no time. Ditto the Apple Watch. And don't forget, they were sold out for quite some time. I think really the continuing growth story will be based on what Apple is able to do with newer technologies like 5G. We're expecting that iPhone 12 to be delayed. And again, this comes, the $2 trillion mark, comes despite the fact that Apple has said that the iPhone will be delayed for a few weeks past its normal launch date. So I think this is really just indicative of the kind of the trust that a lot of investors have in the company going forward.
Hey investors, Zach Guzman here. Are you interested in learning more about the markets and getting the latest financial news? Well, then click right here to subscribe to our Yahoo Finance YouTube channel. Get the latest up-to-the-minute market analysis, big interviews in the world of finance, and information on how to manage your money every day wherever you are.